Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Sydney and I'm 26 years old from British Columbia, Canada. Before I start this video, I want to start off by saying sharing your finances online is extremely vulnerable. When I posted my last video, I got a ton of comments and critiques, and some of them were fairly harsh. However, that being said, I also want to say that the far majority of the comments were absolutely so incredibly kind and so incredibly inspiring for me. So many of you shared your stories, your mistakes, your lessons, and everything you learned from people who are 18 years old all the way to people who are retired and everyone in between. And truly reading those comments meant so much more than you even realize. It was so inspiring, so grounding, and it truly reminded me why I started this channel in the first place. Thank you all so much for being so open, vulnerable, and sharing where you are at in your finances, because truly I think that finances have been made out to be this taboo thing, and they really shouldn't. It's the one thing that truly unites all of us. We all have to deal with finances whether we like it or not, and it can be so empowering. So thank you all for all of the comments. Now, going back to some of the tough comments, I'm not gonna lie, at first when I read them, it kind of stung a little bit and it was uncomfortable and it really made me question, okay, do I want to share this online? But then I realized, nope, I put my ego aside and asked myself, why were people saying these comments? And what could I actually learn from them? Because if I'm truly serious about improving my financial standing and where I'm at currently, I really can't ignore uncomfortable feedback. So that leads me to today's video, where I'm responding to the most common comments and questions from my Networth video and sharing the big money lessons and takeaways that I've taken away from it. And I will also say this is not about proving anyone wrong with your comments. It's truly about growing, and some of the comments I agree with, some maybe not so much, and we're going to dive into all of those things right now. Let's talk about the first comment that I got from the majority of you guys, which was life insurance policies. And most of you said it's a scam, ditch it, get rid of it, you're gonna lose tons of money. And so I decided to look into this a little bit more, because truly when I first got this, which was back in the summer, I thought I was doing what made the most sense for me. I thought it was a smart decision. Didn't quite understand the numbers. However, I just wanted to get the ball rolling on my investment journey. So I thought I was doing something smart. But I wanted to provide you with an update. After reading the comments and doing more research and actually running the numbers myself, I made the decision to cancel my life insurance investment policy. Now, it's still in the process, so I haven't quite changed over yet. But I want to talk a little bit more about this and why people might think it's a scam. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with life insurance policies, I'll actually show you the difference in the numbers versus my return if I kept it in the life insurance policy versus switching it over to a low-cost TFSA account. But first off, let's go over why people are so passionate about this and why people feel that it's a scam. So when you compare fees and the returns and the opportunity cost versus investing the same money in a lower fee cost option, the math just doesn't truly work in your favor, especially when you're younger, like myself, being 26 years old. I truly didn't fully grasp this concept and I didn't quite understand it. However, I do now, and I want to be very transparent about it so that you can learn from my mistake instead of repeating it as well. Let's talk about the numbers and the difference that I would have been losing versus what I can gain from switching my investment or life insurance policy over to a low cost fee investment, such as putting it into TFSA with Wealthsimple, for example. So if I was to keep, let me back up here. My insurance policy, for those of you who are new to my channel and haven't watched it, I was paying $250 a month. And of that, $92 roughly was going towards the premium on my life insurance, and the rest was going into an investment portfolio managed by the company that I have the life insurance policy with. So let's go over the numbers here, because I think it's really interesting. When I ran the numbers, I was quite shocked, and numbers don't lie, and so I canceled this thing right away. If I was to keep the insurance investment, let's assume the market returns 7%, and that is keeping it very conservative, because it truly, if I had my money into, let's say, an S&P 500 and was investing into that, historically that has given a 10% return every year. So I'm going to be very conservative in the numbers that I'm showing, but keep in mind this could actually be a lot more if you're investing into an index fund, for example. So insurance investment, market return of 7% with an annual fee on the insurance policy. I was being charged 1.75% APR a year, with a net APR, meaning I would have my money, whenever the growth is on that, would be deducted 1.75% over each year that it's invested, which means I would actually only be making a 5.25% growth on whatever I'm contributing. Whereas if I contribute that 7% with Wealthsimple, for example, into a TFSA account, their fees are 0.30%, much less than what I'm currently investing into. So the net APR for that would actually be, I would be earning 6.7% versus the 5.25%. Fees make a huge difference, and they truly add up over time, especially if you're adding in thousands of dollars over your lifetime. That 1% will make a huge difference. So let's talk about the contribution versus the growth over a 30-year period. Option one is to keep my insurance investment. If I was contributing $250 a month, the amount actually invested would be around $155 a month. So the total contributed investment over a 30-year span would actually be $55,800. Now, the ending value of that over 30 years would be $141,700, which means the growth I would have made from that 5.25% would actually be $85,900. So I would receive $141,000 roughly, and of that, the growth would be $85,000. However, option two, if I was to contribute the full $250, because now I'm not putting that $95 towards my premium on my insurance, the total contributed over 30 years would be $90,000 on my end, which means the ending value, I would actually end with $297,000 essentially at the end of that 30 years, which means I would have had a growth of $207,000, which is almost over double the amount I would have earned by keeping my investment portfolio. And the reason, or my insurance policy, sorry. The reason for that is the more I can contribute from a younger age right now, that has more time to sit in the market, therefore it's going to compound even more over time and earn me even more money. That is why it's so critical to take as much money as I can currently at the age of 26 and invest that money, because truly, and again, I think life insurance could be very good for some people depending on where you're at in life and what your needs are. But for me currently, insurance is just not really a need at this point in my life. I could always look at getting term insurance versus life insurance if need be. Quick pause in the video. This is future editing Sydney on a Sunday morning, who's cozy in bed right now, so please excuse my bedhead. But I did just want to make a quick note to share that I am going to link my referral link for Wealthsimple down in the description. This video is in no way, shape, or form sponsored by Wealthsimple. However, Wealthsimple, if you want to sponsor me, hit me up because I really love your platform. That being said, their platform is super user-friendly and so easy to navigate and just really great for beginners, and just great for most investors in my opinion. So if you are already thinking about opening up your Wealthsimple account, I wanted to share that because when you fund your account with $1 using my link, you will receive $25, and I will also receive a kickback of $25, which greatly helps me continue on this journey of YouTube and sharing videos for you guys, and it really helps the channel. So I really appreciate it, and I wanted to share that with you just in case you were already thinking about opening up an account. It's just an awesome opportunity, but there is absolutely no pressure to use it. That being said, let's dive right back into the video. With that conclusion in mind, you have to do the research for yourself, but this just goes to show what a huge difference fees can make over an extended period of time, especially over something like 30 years. Make sure you do your research. Don't take my word for it. I'm not a financial advisor. These are numbers I've run for myself. They might vary. This is to show you what the potential difference could be over that amount of time. Thank you for all of you who commented. I'm very excited to be making that change. It was really helpful to get that awareness from you guys, as much as the comments were pretty tough and I didn't necessarily want to swallow them. Putting that ego aside is really going to benefit me in the long run. So thank you. Comment number 2 was, why don't you just sell your car? This one came up a lot and I've thought about it seriously, but for where I'm at right now, I've decided to keep my car. It's reliable, it fits my needs, and selling it wouldn't automatically mean I'd be in a better long-term position once I factor in transportation costs, logistics, and my own day-to-day needs. I completely understand why people suggest this. It's just one of those decisions that really isn't black and white for where I'm at in life and my needs day-to-day. For now, I'm going to keep it. It's definitely not off the list of things that I could do. I might look into that in the future, but for right now, I just have too many things on the go. As I'm new on this financial journey, I'm just trying to take it slow, one step at a time. I'm doing the best I can. I'm human and I can't do it all. Number 3 was, why haven't you negotiated your APR, your annual percentage return, on your car loan or your line of credit for debt, so that way you're not paying as much in interest over time? This is a great suggestion, and I'm going to own something here, but I didn't realize that you could even do that. And keep in mind, again, I only started my financial journey very seriously around October or November. Right now, I'm focused on building habits, paying down debt consistently, and improving my position step by step. So could I negotiate my APR? Absolutely, yes. It is on my list of things to do, and I will be contacting my bank here in the next future for my car loan, because if I can get that down, even just to save me a few $100s over the term, that would be fantastic. So we will be looking into that, because currently I believe my car loan is about 8% APR. Number 4 kind of struck a chord with me, because there was a few of you who commented this, and look, I'm going to be the first to say I get it. And that is, why are you traveling when you have debt? Here's the thing. Building wealth is truly really important to me, but living my life is also very important to me. But look, I'm 26 and my best friends are getting married. Sure, I could use that money to go and pay off my line of credit a few months earlier, but at what cost? Missing core memories and not showing up for the people I love? Now, I'm going to preface this. If I was in a much worse financial position, I'd absolutely bunker down and make different choices. But the reality is I have a plan and my debt is accounted for. I budgeted this trip very carefully and I'm splitting up accommodations with friends and being as frugal as possible while still allowing myself to enjoy it. And wealth to me isn't just about the numbers, but it's about creating a life that I truly love, and I'm choosing to do that with intention, with a plan, and on my own timeline. All right, number 5. Why do you have so many accounts? This one definitely made me laugh a little bit, because I get it. It looks like I have a lot going on, but in reality, a lot of my accounts are fully automated, so there's actually not a lot of managing going on. A lot of other accounts that I have there as well that I did list but don't actively use were ones, again, that I need to consolidate. They were old accounts I opened when I was younger, and another account which was like an RRSP from another company that I used to work for that was a matching contribution pension plan, or RRSP. So I need to change some things up, and I have actually consolidated some of those things. So currently some of those accounts are being consolidated into my Wealth Simple accounts, which is great because it will make that look like there's a lot less accounts. That being said, I also have some sinking funds, which look like there are a lot of accounts, but in reality, I actually only have 2 savings accounts within my bank, but they branch off into little buckets. For instance, my savings, travel, and emergency fund are within 3 different buckets within one saving container, essentially. And truly having things separated really helps my type A brain stay organized and intentional. And because everything is automated, it doesn't add extra work for me. So I want to end this video by saying that putting your finances online opens you up to a lot of opinions And sometimes those opinions can feel a little harsh. But instead of letting those comments discourage me, I am really trying to use it as fuel. I don't claim to be an expert. I'm still learning, adjusting, and doing the best I can with the information that I have while still living my life. If you are also on your own financial journey, like so many of you I saw in the comments are, and a lot of us are in very similar places, just know you're not alone. We're on this journey together, and I think it's so exciting to be growing. Whether you're 18, in your 20s, 30s, or beyond, it's never too late to start investing and learning about money and learning to take ownership and control your own money. Thank you so much to everyone who commented, and thank you for watching my videos. It truly means everything to me. It is crazy to me that I started this YouTube channel about a month ago, and so many of you guys have subscribed, have commented, have liked my video, and I'm truly, truly grateful and absolutely overwhelmed. So thank you so much, and stay tuned. I will be posting my February budget with me. It's just been absolutely crazy with work, planning to go away, people in town visiting, and trying to fulfill obligations. So it will be coming, but it might be a little later in February. And then right after that, in the end of February, I will have a what I spent in February video as well, which will be a bit of a unique one. So stay tuned for that because I'm going away to Mexico. So I'll probably factor in how I budgeted for Mexico. So there will be some future videos to look forward to for sure that I'm excited about. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.